Alright, so Bad Santa. This is a 2003 film which stars Billy Bob Thornton as, Santa himself. He plays Santa. Well, not just Santa. We'll get into that soon. Also, Tony Cox, he's in here also, plays Marcus. Billy Bob Thornton plays Willie. Lauren Graham plays Sue, that bartender that Billy Bob's character bangs. Bernie Mac, rest in peace, he's in here. He's I think he's the mall owner, I remembered. John Ritter, rest in peace to him also. He was in here. You remember him from Problem Child and Three's Company Show. I can't really get into that Three's Company Show. I don't think it's really for me. And you know how this goes. So this movie's a classic to me, man. I grew up watching this shit. This shit was funny as fuck growing up. And it's a dark comedy, and most people these days cannot get into dark comedy because they're soft and they're a bunch of wussies. They can't get into this type of movies. Especially the words it's saying here, like call that kid a retard. I think call him the other word, the homo word. I think I don't remember. People get all sensitive about it these days. You call them those words now. It's like, we call him a retard. Blah, blah, blah. People still call people retards in this generation still. Like I don't understand these fucking wussies. Like they try to control what we say and stuff. They get all fucking butthurt and bent out of shape about it. So, anyways, the characters Willie and Marcus, Billy Bob Thornton and Tony Cox, they play professional robbers. They rob places. They steal money. Make a lot of money and stuff. Being like disguised as like Santa and the elf, and they go around robbing places. And now, after their first one was done, now they moved to somewhere in I think it was like Arizona or something like that. I forgot where. California. It's like really hot and shit. Because it's in the West. Of course, it's really fucking hot. And so now they gotta do it again over there to get some more money. And Bernie Mac owns the mall and shit with his cowboy hat and shit. Him being his character's like a douche. He's like a funny douche. And John Ritter is like one of his workers and stuff with the glasses and whatnot. He really let himself go, John Ritter, at an older age. I mean, I understand he's in his 50s at the time, but he did let himself go. And then also this little kid who's played by Brett Kelly. I really like this kid in this movie. He plays like a regular normal kid would act in real life. Well, especially him getting bullied and getting fucking wedgies and getting underwear out of his pants and stuff like that. Which he shows up to like be friends with Santa himself. Even though he's not Santa, he's just some drunk asshole just robbing fucking malls, etc., stealing the money and all that other shit with Tony Cox character Marcus. But he's a kid. Kids are stupid. So he has no friends. He's lonely and stuff. Only have his grandma, who's senile, and was asked to make people sandwiches all the fucking time. Which that's like really hilarious. Every time she asks to make sandwiches. I mean, who doesn't love sandwiches? I love sandwiches. Everybody loves sandwiches. It's like, well, not Subway. Subway's fucking disgusting. I haven't ate Subway like in 5 years. Because it's so shitty now. Like they don't put enough meat on the fucking bread and all that other shit, etc., etc. Well, I'd rather have her fucking sandwiches than have Subway's garbage sandwiches. Especially I heard the bread is made out of plastic or something. I read about, or tires. I heard like a lot of weird shit about Subway with what they put in their ingredients. It's like really disturbing. But people still eat anyways. They still fucking gobble it down. Just fucking gobble down their fucking gullet. So. Whatever, they don't care. It's like Chipotle, same shit. So, fucking, like I said, the little snot-nosed kid, Thurman Merman. I can never get over that fucking name. Thurman Merman. It's so fucking awesome, the name, man. It's like brilliant name. This guy, the writer came up with this. Thurman Merman. Like that's so fucking brilliant. Thurman Merman. That's like a masterpiece character name. Thurman Merman. It's fucking hilarious, man. I couldn't stop laughing first time I heard about that name. Because it, like, Willie was like reading off his report card. He's like Thurman Merman. I had to pause the fucking the movie. I had to bust out laughing real quick. That's how fucking hilarious that part was. And this is directed by Terry. I feel like I'm gonna butcher his last name. Zigwoff. That's how you pronounce it. He is the same director of the film called Ghost World with Scarlett Johansson and Dora Birch, which I enjoyed that movie, and also Steve Buscemi's in there. Yeah, that's just when Scarlett Johansson wasn't, Black Widow, etc., etc. She was still, an unknown person at the time, and she wasn't really popular until like 2010 at least. She wasn't big yet. She was still a nobody at the time. That was a really good film. And like 2 years after, he did Bad Santa, which that's a classic also. He did a movie called Crumb. I never watched Crumb. It came out in the 90s. Never watched it. Well, this guy's a pretty good director. I don't know why he does anything else anymore. This film is pretty underrated for a holiday film in general. One of the main reasons why I really like this movie, because of how realistic the film is. It is very realistic. Because of how they acted, how they portrayed the story and stuff like that. How the kid gets bullied and how he has no friends, he's lonely. Stuff like that. Because that is basically real life situations that goes through a lot of kids. They don't have any families, they don't have any friends at all and stuff like that. They get bullied at school. And then there's there's robbers that rob places and steal shit. Just to save up and shit like that. There's shit like that all the time. Places always getting robbed, bullying. That shit happens all the time. The way how the characters act is just how it is in real life. That's why I really like this movie, how realistic it is. I mean, not every part was realistic. It's just that the parts that actually was shown realistic actually felt... Because I actually felt things from these characters in this movie. I actually felt things. Not like the sequel did. The sequel is... we'll get to that soon. We'll talk about that later. Right now we're talking about the first movie. I really love, Billy Bob Thornton's character, Willie. This motherfucker is, always drunk all the time. He's just always, fucking wasted at bars all the time. He always getting wasted there all the time. He was at strip clubs and shit. He boozing down fucking drinks, smacking some ass and titties all the time. He bangs the bartender chick played by Lauren Graham. It's funny as shit. It's really fucking hilarious how his character is. In one part he got so wasted, he shows up at the Santa Mall thing to do his Santa crap, and all the kids just staring at him. He's him all drunk, wasted, breaking into the fucking Rudolph thing or something like that, destroying the reindeers, bash his head off and shit. He started kicking it. It was that shit was fucking hilarious, man. All these kids got all scared and shit. Ah! It's funny as fuck. But it was in a realistic way. The kids didn't go all hyped up. They're shocked and afraid in a normal fucking way. I remember that one scene, he's at the bar at the beach or something like that. He's in the back of the bartending spot where he's make his own drinks, and the guy comes back, the bartender comes back, and he throws a glass bottle out of it. He runs the fuck out of there. It was funny as shit. I think he beats him up a little bit too or some shit. It was funny as fuck. He's just back there fucking the guy's bartending and stuff and start drinking and stuff. That shit is fucking hilarious shit, man. Another scene, he's sitting in a chair, he pissed his pants. He was doing the Santa stuff, he pissed his pants. He's I think I pissed my pants. And this other scene where this bald Indian guy from Office Space is just staring at him so fucking hard and shit. And Billy Bob was what? He's keeps staring to death. And next scene, he's out there at his car. Billy Bob's character's out at his car. All of a sudden, he shows up bugging him again. He's I am not gay. He's like, what? I am not gay. He's like, are you off your fucking meds? You try to take his fucking pants off and shit. You try to fuck him or something like that. And then fucking Dermot Merman shows up. He just stops him. He's like, leave Santa alone. Get away, kid. I'm staying with all of us or something like that. He's like, leave Santa alone. Pushes him away, and the Indian guy's like, ass clown. It's like, what the fuck was that all about? It's so random, this movie. It's making me so random also, besides realistic. It's so random. Like, also this dude trying to fuck Santa. You know, he says he's not gay. He's like trying to fuck him. But like, what the hell? Oh man, this movie is like, it's so hilarious. Especially when Billy Bob's character is like, Jesus fucking Christ, kid. You're like, that line is just hilarious. Every time he says that, it should make me laugh so hard. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ, kid. The way he's like says the line is like fantastic. It's like phenomenal when he says that shit. That's one of my favorite lines in this movie. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ, kid. Another part is like the kid cheated in the fucking checkers or something like that, or I don't know. He really got pissed off anyways, regardless if he cheated or not. He's like, like, you sneak, you cheating, little shit. He's like, throw all this shit. The kid's like, you want to play again? He's like, the kid had no reaction to it. It was like who cares and shit. This kid has no reaction. It was like so fucking hilarious. Fuck, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, fucking Billy Bob's character Willie he just goes inside and like lives in Dermot Merman's house. Cause like Dermot Merman like allows him to, you can live in my big ass fucking mansion with my grandma. Sure, I'll let a stranger live with me. I mean, he doesn't have any parents, so that kind of makes sense. Only other parent he has is grandma, who's, like I said, seen out like Joe Biden. So fuck it. He just let a fucking stranger come live in his house because he think he's Santa. That's like hilarious. That's some dude to come live in his house, some drunk dude. Darcy, he's like drinking booze down. And he just falls on the ground like fucking knocked out, sleeping, like in his fucking robe. Like that's funny as fuck. So how this movie ended? Well, let's start off with that's hold on a second. Well, not yet. And like this other fucking scenes where like fucking like he was on his lunch break, he's eating salad and shit, like cussing at fucking Tony Cox's character Marcus, like cussing at him and shit. Marcus walks away, and then this lady and her kid asks, "Look, it's Santa, little Santa." And fucking Billy Bob's character like flips out on this kid. The mother is like, "I have my fucking lunch break." He fucking flips. So we're gonna tell the manager on your going. Go ahead. He was like mad as shit. Yo, this movie just made me crack up the whole time watching this shit, man. Fucking Bernie Mac and fucking Tony Cox character having beef again. It's like the first movie Friday. You remember the first movie Friday where Bernie Mac like bangs Tony Cox's wife in that movie, and fucking Tony Cox character like runs Bernie Mac out of the house trying to beat his ass up. And fucking the Bernie Mac's scared, trying to drive away. He throws a brick at his window, say, "God damn devil!" It's like this is like round 2. This movie's like basically round 2. And fucking his character finally got back at Bernie Mac. He got fucking squished his fucking his body with a car and killed him. I think he finally got him back for him banging his wife. So now fucking you know the character Willie, he actually soft in the heart, to be fair. He actually soft for the kid, Dermot Merman. Because he's not really like a really bad person, even though he is a criminal, he steals shit. But he does have a heart, to be fair. He's just that he went through a lot with his family and shit, because his family treated him like shit, which he talked about in this movie. So the kid asked for, I think a pink or purple elephant. He didn't really care about giving him he still like decided to get it for him because he actually does care about the kid. So now they got finally robbed the mall and shit. So they got rid of Bernie Mac, and fucking Tony Cox got this Asian girl he's banging and shit. Yeah, he got this Asian chick. Like she's like snotty as fuck. It's an angry. No, she just had a bad attitude. So now Willie got to figure out how to open the safe and shit and all that, and then the cops show up, and now the guy escape because I think the fucking alarm went off or some shit. I forgot what happened. I think a cop showed up, alarm went off. So that's why they had to run out and fucking. He actually made it back to the kid's house to drop the elephant, but he gets smoked, and the kid's like, no, someone getting smoked by the cops. It was like a GTA thing. He got wasted. So like I think I forgot what happened after that. I think he went to jail, or I think he did went to jail. After he got in the hospital, he went to jail for a while. Well, he wrote the kid a note saying all this stuff and give him this and that. His girl Lauren Graham is to live with him and take care of him and shit with a grandma. And you know the Thurman Marine finally stands up to that bully and kicks him in the nuts. He rides off his bike. Besides, before fucking Bad Santa really beat the shit out of these kids in the beginning because they give him a fucking bruised eye or something. I forgot what happened. Give the Thurman Merman a bruised eye, so he started beating the kid's ass because of that. Was that scene was hilarious too. He started beating up these kids. I mean, there needs to be more movies like that where grown-ups be a bunch of teenagers. We need more movies like that because teenagers are assholes, regardless. Well, not all of them, but there are like most of them are like ass clowns. Ass clown. Well, this movie was one of the best classic holiday films I ever watched, besides Christmas Story and the Grinch 2000 film. Hey, if you haven't watched Bad Santa, go watch that film, man. That's just this movie's a classic, man. This shit's like a non-stop watching thing. It's definitely not for wussies, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right there. It's not. This movie's not for wussies. This movie is for, you know, grown-ups or people that actually can handle it and actually watch dark comedy while taking it so seriously to the point they have to, I don't know, piss their pants like fucking Willie did. I don't fucking know. Like I said, it's this really funny movie. You're missing out on this shit. If you can watch this shit, go right ahead. It's funny as fuck. You're missing out. Oh yeah, I forgot about another scene where Billy Bob like trains fucking Thurman Merman how to box these kids. So what are you gonna do if the kid pulls you on your pants? Like what are you gonna do? So they all punch each other in the balls. It was like funny as fuck. Dude, that shit was funny as fuck. It was funny as fuck. Fucking Tony Cocker's like, you kicked me in the balls! Punch the kid in the balls, like, ah! He fucking hits fucking Billy Bob's character, fuck you, Willie! Oh! Hit right in the nuts, he all fell to the ground, and fucking, Billy Bob like punching the balls again, and he fell to the ground. That was like funny as fuck. Fuck you, man! They start kicking each other to the ground, like, yeah, like, what the fuck, man? Fucking Billy Bob eat all the kids' candy from the Christmas card thing or something like that. Where that was the Christmas calendar. You ate all the candy out of it when he was drunk. Like once the kids like fucking cut his hands or something like that. Like, what the fuck? Like what the hell is that shit? Kids like, ah! The grandma don't even care, right? Like yeah, she didn't even care. That's how senile that grandma is. It's just like the fucking all Willie did. He doesn't even know him that much. Like Jesus Christ, kid! I forgot what he was doing. Like his hand all fucked up. I think he was like making something and he fucked his hand up.